Right, thank you for joining me today on my page. Today we're going to be discussing lien, langstaan, skoene. And we'll be discussing, but I'll basically try and allow you guys to understand some of the words that is in the text here. I know that when you guys read this text, you don't understand what's happening, but hopefully today I will help you to understand line for line, page by page. And for today we're only going to do the voorspel, and then after that will be each video will be a chapter, or each page will be a chapter depending on how long it takes. But I'll be dealing with the words in the text, and I'll be dealing with the scenario taking place in the text, so that we can understand and we can follow, and then from there we can start answering our questions, because now at least we have an idea of what this all is about, right? It's not a matter of just typing everything onto Google Translate. There are other things that you need to understand as well, right? So over here I'm going to start with the voorspel quickly. I'm going to move line for line and try and explain what's happening in the line, right? Here in the voorspel, I'm just going to read, and then I'm going to start discussing as we go along. Right. In die voorspel, hy krap ongeduldig in die boks rond. Right. Hy krap ongeduldig in die boks rond. Right. What is he doing? Right. Over here, let me just move this just a little bit so that we can see. Okay. There. Right, there we go. Hy krap ongeduldig in die boks rond. Now, with hy here, we're still going to find out who's this character, and here in this line, we need to find out what he is doing. Hy krap, right? He is what? He's scratching. He's scratching. Ongeduldig, restless. Right? He's scratching, ongeduldig, in a box rond, right? So he's scratching around in a box. So this character over here, he's looking for stuff in a box. Hy soek die kaset met die blou plakkertjie. Hy soek die kaset. Now obviously this one is a cassette, right? It's either music or video, right? Let's see. Hy soek die kaset met die blou plakkertjie. So he's looking for the cassette with the blue sticker, right? So he's looking for a cassette in a box, and he's searching for a cassette with a blue sticker, right? Sy gunsteling being his favorite, right? This is going to be his favorite. So he's scratching around restlessly in a box, and he's looking for a cassette with a blue label, and this one is his favorite, right? Glimlag toe hy dit raak vat. Glimlag, he smiles, right? He smiles toe hy dit raak vat. He smiles when he actually found it, right, in the box, because there were a lot of stuff in the box. He was scratching around, and finally he found it and giving off a good smile, right? So here he actually found it toe hy dit raak vat. Hy druk dit in die videospeler en raap die koffiebeker van die vloer af op, right? He puts it into the DVD player, right? Into the video player, cassette player, and then raap die koffiebeker van die vloer af op, right? So in a motion of sitting down, he actually scoops up the cup. As he sits down in his chair, he actually just swings his arm around and just grabs the cup of coffee from the floor as he sits in the chair, right? So he's making himself very comfortable. He's going to watch his favorite video right now, right? So daar sê dit, hy raap die koffiebeker van die vloer af op, sonder om sy oë van die televisieskerm af te haal. Televisieskerm, that's the TV screen, and then he swings his arm, he picks up the coffee without even taking his eyes off the TV screen. So he's glued to the TV screen. Hy druk die speelknoppie en lê agteroor in die stoel. right? So with his as he's sitting down, he's got his coffee, he's going to relax into his chair right now. Then he presses play on the remote, and then he sits back just to relax and watch his favorite video. Hy vat 'n slukkie koffie en glimlag, right? So he sits back in his chair. He's watching the thing that is now playing on the screen, and he sits back. He takes a sip, right? Hy vat 'n slukkie koffie, he takes a sip of coffee, and then he smiles, right? This guy is at rest. He's now relaxed. He found whatever he was looking for, and now he's going to sit and watch his favorite video, the one with the blue sticker, and sipping on a hot cup of coffee, right? Then this scenario here starts playing off, right? Here now, can you see the text here is slanted in a, I think it's stylistic or whatever. Then italic, right? Italic. There, this whole scenario here is now taking place on screen, right? This here is the person at home, the first paragraph. Person at home is putting in the video, and this whole section here is now the video playing, right? Then they give us the setting. Die dogtertjie trap water in die middel van die swembad, right? So sy trap water in die middel van die swembad, right? So there we have a pool scenario, and there's a girl that just jumped into the water and she's splashing, right? She trap water, she splashed into the pool. There's the water there. This is the pool area. I'm hoping that you can see my pool, right? So there's the pool. There's the daughter in the pool, right? She's just splashed into the pool, right? That's it. Die dogtertjie trap water in die middel van die swembad. So she jumped right into the middle of the pool, splashing all around. She made a big bomb, right? Met een arm klou sy aan 'n geel opblaas eentjie, right? 'n geel opblaas eentjie. What is that, right? This one is a yellow duck, right? A yellow duck. So she's in the pool, and she, with one arm, she's clinging onto a yellow duck, right? So this is some form of a lifesaver in the water, something to assist with the swimming stuff, right? So there's the little girl. She jumped into the water, and then the rubber ducky in the water there, right? So with one arm she's clinging onto the rubber duck, and then met een arm klou sy aan 'n geel opblaas eentjie. The opblaas eentjie is the rubber duck we just drew. Met die ander bedye sy wild, right? So with one hand she's got on the rubber duck, and then with the other hand she's like pointing to someone, right? Wildly, right? She's pointing wildly to someone. Sy praat met iemand buite die beeld, right? Buite die beeld, that is off screen, the screen that you see there. So basically, if the little girl is in the pool there, then the camera is like focused on her there, right? So the camera would be focused on her there, but then she's talking off screen. So whatever is out here, you can't see. This is what you're seeing on screen, and then she's pointing to someone off screen, right? She's talking wildly as if she's excited to someone off screen, right? Then it says haar nathare klou aan haar voorkop. Haar nathare klou aan haar voorkop, right? She's jumped into the water, she's got long hair, and then this water now, this hair is now sticking onto her forehead, right? That klou aan haar voorkop, the hair is sticking onto her forehead. It's wet, so it's sticking to her skin, right? Die video het geen klank nie, right? The video has no sound. So this is something of a silent video. There's no sound. So whatever you're just going to see right now, that's just a picture, right? Picture, you will see people's lips moving, you'll see body movements, but there's nothing else happening. There's no sound coming from the camera, right? Die cameraman is duidelik 'n amateur, right? Die cameraman is duidelik 'n amateur. This cameraman is clearly, he's an amateur, because he's not doing a very professional job by moving the camera around and stuff, right? Die beeld kantel links, dan rechts, zoom rukkerig in op die dogtertjie se gesig, right? So the camera basically it's moving left, then right, and then it zooms back onto the girl's face like that. So there's no real control. The cameraman is not like me, a professional. The cameraman is more of an amateur. He's doing a really bad job of recording the whole situation, right? Die beeld kan te links dan rechts, zoom rukkerig in op die dogtertjie se gesig. That's the example I just did with the camera, zooming in and out, right? Die dogtertjie se mond beweeg aan mekaar. So this her mouth is moving constantly, right? So it's basically she stopped, she keeps talking all the time, right? Very talkative. Dit lyk asof sy opgewonde iets vir iemand buite die beeld vertel. It seems like she's excited and she's telling someone something off screen. Alright? It seems as if she's very excited to be telling something to someone off screen. Sy is haasbek. Now they have mentioned something here. Sy is haasbek. She doesn't have any teeth. Alright? No teeth in front. No teeth in front of her mouth. Right. So there says haasbek. She doesn't have any teeth. Die camera beweeg. Let me just move. Right. Die camera beweeg na links, waar 'n seentjie op die rand van die swembad agter twee hondjies aan hardloop. Right. Let me just get back to my thingy. Then the camera moves to the left. Right. I'm gonna do this. Your left, my right. Let's go this one for left. All right. The camera moves to the left, where a little boy, he's running after two dogs. Right. He's trying to catch these two dogs. Right. There I have a doggy. Right. That's my doggy, people. Please don't judge my doggy. All right. That's a doggy. And there's another doggy over there. Right, my doggies are running, and this guy, this one, he's trying to catch these two little buggers. Alright, so the little girl is pointing to this boy off screen, and then she's talking excitedly to him. Right, there she's talking to him off screen. So he's outside the pool, she's right in the middle of the pool. Right. Die camera beweeg na links, it moves to the left, waar 'n seentjie op die rand van die swembad agter twee hondjies aan hardloop, right, on the side of the pool. He's running after two small dogs, right. Hy het 'n rooi swembroekie aan. Right, hy het 'n rooi swembroekie aan. He's got a red swimming costume on. Sy swart krulhare is deurmekaar en met sy twee stewige beentjies stamp hy kwaai op die grasperk. So what's happening here? They're explaining us. They are trying to get the image across where he's running after the dogs and he's trying to catch them. And as he runs and stops and runs and stops, they're talking about his two stiff legs. Right, as he stomps around on the grass, right. Hy het 'n rooi swembroekie aan, sy swart krullige hare, he's got black curly hair. Is deurmekaar, right? So his hair is a mess. En met sy twee stewige beentjies stamp hy kwaai op die grasperk, right? So this is the way that he's now trying to catch the dogs. He's like breaking and moving, and he's using his stiff legs there, right? There's a swart hondjie and a wit hondjie, right? So there they give us, it's a black dog and then a white dog. Two dogs, one black, one white. Albei so twee bakstene hoog, right? Albei so twee bakstene hoog. What are they saying? Right, two bricks. There we have one brick, right? It's about the same. They're trying to tell us that if one brick here is about, let's say 70 centimeters, then you put two 70s on top of each other, and then basically the dog will be as high as 140 centimeters, okay? So it's as high as two bricks. Hulle hardloop voor die seentjie uit. So they run out in front of the boy. Maar gaan kort staan en draai om. Right, so playful as they are, they run around, then they stop, and then they run, and so forth, then they turn and dodge the boy. Hulle stertjies waai en hulle blaf opgewonde maar geluidloos, right? The tails are wagging, hulle stertjies waai, their tails are wagging, en hulle blaf opgewonde, so they barking excitedly, right? Maar geluidloos, no sound, right? Remember we said the recording is taking place, and then there's no sound on the recording. What you'll see is body movements, you'll see everything else, lips move and stuff, but you will hear no sound. So you see the dogs running around, they barking, but there's no sound, geluidloos, right? Die seentjie verloor belangstelling in die hondjies, so the boy starts losing what? Interest in the dogs. Hy stap tot op die, okay, let's do this first page finish. Die seentjie verloor belangstelling aan die hondjie, so he starts what? Losing interest, right? So he doesn't care about these dogs anymore. He can't catch them, so he is letting them go. Okay, right, let me look at the second page here. Right, there is our second page. Let me just see, I'm now like the cameraman. Right, there we are. Dan sê hy stap tot op die rand van die swembad, right? Hy stap tot op die rand van die swembad. So now he's walking towards the pool. He's right on the edge there, right? Die camera volg hom rukkerig. Then the camera just follows the boy, but then because the guy is an amateur, his camera would be moving around like that, right? Hy trek sy rooi swembroekie uit en piepie in die water. Right, hy trek sy rooi swembroekie uit en piepie in die water. So the boy walks to the edge of the pool, he takes off his swimming costume, whatever, his pants, and then he starts urinating into the pool. Right, hy piepie in die water, he starts peeing in the water. Die camera swaai woes en kry die dogtertjie in die middel van die swembad in focus. Then the camera now shifts focus from the boy peeing in the pool, and then it moves to the girl in the center of the pool, where he gets her into focus, right? Then he gets her into focus. That lyk asof sy gil, right? It almost seems like she is what? Grossed out by what just happened, right? So the girl is very grossed out about this boy peeing in the water. Sy bedui wild met haar hand in die rigting van die seentjie. Now she points at the boy and she's talking, but obviously you can't hear. She bedui wild, wildly she points at the boy with her hand in the direction of the boy, right? Die camera beweeg stadig na waar 'n man op die kant van die swembad agter die dogtertjie staan. Now there's another man also at the pool behind the girl. Let me just try and get my image back here, right? So here, over here, let's say there's another man standing over there, right? He's standing over there, and this man here, he's standing at the pool and he's braaiing. Alright, so this man here is braaiing. Right, so the camera moves focus slowly to the man behind the girl. Remember, the boy is on that side. He gets to the side of the edge of the pool and he starts urinating into the pool. The girl is grossed out by this. She points at the boy, and then the camera shifts attention to the man there behind the girl, right? Then hy braai vleis, so he's braaiing. In sy een hand is 'n braai vleisstang en in die ander 'n botteltjie bier, right? So in his one hand he's got what? He's got the braai tongs, right? On the one hand he's got the braai tongs, and in the other he's got what? He's got beer, right? He's got a bottle of Ngutu, Quantum, right? In the one hand he's got the braai tongs. There we are. That's my braai tongs over there, and that's my beer over there, right? So the man is braaiing and having a beer. One hand braai tongs, other hand beer. Let me just get my camera straight. I'm like the amateur now. Right, there we go. Right. Hy is lank en fris, so here they start giving a description of the man. Hy is lank en fris, he's tall and fit. He's got a good physique, met donker krulhare, with dark curly hair, soos die seentjie. He's got dark curly hair, like the boy, the one who's busy peeing in the pool, right? hy het net 'n kortbroek aan. So which means this guy, he's got a nice physique, he's got a six-pack happening there, he's got a chest situation happening, right? He's got his brookie on, right? There's his brookie, right? So this guy is standing on the side of the pool there, he's braaiing, he's got a nice physique, right? And then he's got a what? Lang en fris met donker krulhare, soos die seentjie, hy het net 'n kortbroek aan, so which means his upper body is naked, right? He's at the pool, there's no need for clothes, right? Remember, he's got the beer here, and he's got the braai tongs over here, alright? So there's the guy, his physique. Sy bolyf is kaal, his upper body, bolyf. Sy bolyf is kaal. Die camera zoom in op sy gesig, then the camera starts zooming in on his face, right? And he's got curly hair, right? Camera zoom in op sy gesig en beduie met die tang en in die rigting van die swempad, right? No, op sy gesig, hy keer lachend met die braaivleistang, so he blocks the camera from his face. He's trying to hide himself behind the braai tongs. Voor sy gesig en beduie met die tang in die rigting van die swembad. So he's laughing while blocking his face from the camera and then pointing in the direction with the braai tongs, indicating that the cameraman should be filming the pool rather than him, right? He doesn't want to be on screen, right? Die camera kantel skielik rukkerig na onder, right? Then the camera suddenly just falls to the bottom, like that, and then na onder, dit lyk asof dit geglip het, right? It looked like it slipped, almost looked like the camera slipped, right? Die beeld wys 'n paar voete met pink plakkies. So there we have, let's say we have our plakkie here, right? And then we have two of these plakkies, right? Let me show you my plakkies here, right? Plakkies, where is it there? Pink plakkies. I'm going to try and show you what is a plakkie right now, okay? So there you have that. I think it's something like that, né? Then your big toe obviously goes in there, and your other toes on the side, right? So your foot is in there. That's your foot. Right, that's your foot there. Oh, sorry, I forgot the corn. You must put the corns. Right, there's a corn there for you. Okay, right, a pink plakkie. So the camera falls to the bottom. It shows downward as if it's like slipped, and then it shows a pair of pink plakkies, pink slippers with 2 feet. Right, it shows 2 feet met 'n paar voete. Met pink plakkies, die plakkies het geel rosies op, right? So on this plakkie here, we've got some yellow roses, right? It's got some yellow roses on the pink plakkie, right? The geel rosies, that is roses, right? We know roses. I don't need to really draw the rose, but hey, it's YouTube, right? I can do whatever, right? So the plakkies, the 2 pink plakkies got yellow roses on. So that must mean that this is a female recording, right? There we have an adult male braaiing the meat, drinking some beer, having the braai on his hands. We have two children. We have a girl in the pool, and we have a boy on the edge of the pool. This one that's peeing into the water. Then we also have 2 dogs. It's the black and white 2 brick-eyed dogs. All right, so that is the voorspel. That's the image they want to bring us across. They want to put us into a setting where there's a pool and where there's some social happening there. People are braaiing, people are having fun, and the cameraman is an amateur. The camera woman is an amateur because of the pink plakkies, the pink slippers with the flowers on. I don't think this guy is going to have yellow roses on his pink slippers. Right, thank you very much. Please join me for chapter 1. I'm going to start explaining chapter 1 in my next video. Please subscribe for updates. Please tell a friend. And remember, we're going to be covering this whole book line for line, page for page, so there's no failure taking place in grade 12. All right, have fun, see you next time. Please remember, subscribe.